Welcome to yet another live fishing show brought to you by FishEco from Sweden. In this episode you'll meet the legendary French angler and product developer Frédéric Jullian from Illex and Gunki. Today we're going for beautiful big Swedish perch. Now take the opportunity, because this is live and we want you to post comments and questions below during the show. Now let's go fishing.
I'm going fishing, yes I'm going fishing.
Yes, I'm going
fishing too.
Oh, we're live! Very welcome to this live fishing show today with FishEco. We're broadcasting from Sweden and the Baltic archipelago, and we are so blessed to be able to fish with a guy that I have known in a few years, who's called Frederic Jullian, and he's going to introduce himself later on in a short while. But before we begin, I would like to ask you all to take this opportunity to ask as many questions as you can via the YouTube, the commentary, the chat field on the right side of the film. So we will bring the questions or whatever you wonder to Frederic, and you can say it in English, eller så kan ni säga det på svenska, or you can say it in Swedish. That's no problem. We've been out for a couple of hours and it's been really hard and really good. Both of them. The first couple of hours we only found a few small perch and a lot of pike. But this last hour, I hope I don't jinx the show now, we've found some really good perch. So the conditions are good, and Fred, welcome!
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, and it's a pleasure. I told you before, I've been looking forward to do this live show with you. And as someone said yesterday on Facebook, that you actually are known as one of Europe's absolutely most skilled and a thinker in perch fishing. You never do anything without a thought. So
thanks for that.
yes, but you have to introduce yourself if there's anyone who doesn't know who you are. I don't think so. But
I'm not that famous. No, I'm just I make fun out of it, but I'm the lucky guy that go fishing, basically, and that's what I love, that's what I do, and basically that's it. I work for two brands, Illex, which is a really high-end quality brand with a lot of Japanese product, and also our own product that we develop, also famous rods. And
you do a lot of developing, lots of the things that are sold in Europe.
I'm really in between. I'm not the chief product, but also having so many hours on the water, you bring back ideas, and I'm acting a little bit like a sponge, you know, and I'm getting all the ideas from the water, from the people I met on the water, and then we get some brainstorming with different person in the company. And then finally the chief product can work on those ideas that I bring back home.
Yes.
So I'm traveling something like 10 countries every year, fishing in them. So yeah, it's a lot of ideas that we can compile and make one product. You don't make one product for one market. We make one product for the whole European market. So it's kind of sometimes in between something, not for the exclusive pike angler from Sweden or from Spain, but something like that will fit as well the Spanish and the Swedish guys. So you have to always think about a little bit more global than just the one fisherman that need to get a solution for his type of fishing in his own water. And the other brand I'm working with is Gunki, and it's a young brand for dedicated angler and weekend angler. We really cover the whole range with different level in our products, and we really enjoy it because then that's 100% homemade stuff. We really develop from scratch all the vibration for the lures, all the range of rods according to what we really like to do. and they are developed really specially for Europe. It's not something we import, it's not something we buy abroad and bring back in Europe. It's something we design
from scratch,
especially for Europe and for the European angler. So we'll try to listen, and I hope we succeed in that.
Yes.
And
well, they've been quite popular in Sweden over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yes, we got some. The first year, one of the first year we introduced Gunki on the market, I think we get some kind of award with FishEco with the best jerking rod.
Yeah.
And having this in Sweden, we were very proud of it to start the range with this type of award. So that's cool.
Great.
Yeah.
What are we going to do today, or what have we been doing today? Your fascination about perch fishing.
I mean, everybody think about Sweden as a pike. You know, it's pike land. It's incredible, amazing fishery for pike, and people underestimate the quality of the fishery for perch. I mean, perch fishing here is just amazing. It's
Perhaps
insane.
we're a little bit spoiled.
No, it's also, you know, if you look at a fishing shop. A fishing shop is what, until a few years ago, it's pike fishing.
Yes, lots of pike.
Fishing and pike fishing. And eventually you go fishing for perch for some weekend anglers, and then grill them or fry them and eat them and make small perch, and then you eat them. But targeting the perch as a sport fish, it's kind of new in Sweden, and I think you're really going to discover more and more for the year to come what is about fishing perch, and how lucky you are to have such a water in Sweden.
Yes, they're great waters. And you're going to show us some techniques and everything. And as I said before, there was a little perch, just some nags and some few, but we hit the mother load.
Yeah, let's hope you know, perch are moving.
Yep.
And you know, it's we are in a big cove here. It's kind of shallow water. We have to explain our audience. It's quite shallow. It's going to be less than 2 meters fishing.
Yes.
2 to maybe 3 meters in some spot, but. So the perch are in their own place, and they can move from chasing for bait fish everywhere. And they're going to find big patch of grass, weed beds everywhere, and then in between some open space. So they're going to go from there to there, chasing for the bait fish, and they are not going to stay in one place.
No, they're moving around. Yes.
Hopefully, if they like it, they're going to stay for a while, and then after a while, the bait fish are going to be scared, being chased by the perch, so they're going to move from the next spot. And then the perch are going to follow. So the trick is, if you found a good spot at home in a weed bed, keep it in mind. But as soon as the bite are slowing down, keep moving, or wait for the perch to come back. But then you have to admit that you're going to have maybe an hour or half an hour before they are coming back to the spot, because they are chasing and they have a kind of routes, they have a road to go around, and then they're going to check different point and then come back to this spot.
Yes.
So very often you get stuck in one point, but as soon as you lose a bite, try to move around to the next weed bed and try to find them.
Yep. Please feel free and
let's try.
Let's talk and fish.
Yes.
So what's the tactic? What this particular space that we are in right now?
The tactic is quite simple.
Catch a fish.
We catch a fish.
We catch a fish.
Now the tactic is going to be going fast.
Yeah.
We don't know. Obviously, we know where they are, but in fact, in half an hour or even 10 minutes, they can move from one place to another one.
Yes.
So we're going to go around, search around the weed beds, the shoreline, and try to figure where we found them. So we're going to fish fast.
Yeah, I said it to you before. I've never seen anyone fish so fast that you did before. Not now, but you. That's not the Swedish way. we like to fish them a lot slower.
Yeah,
but you caught double, twice the amount of fish that I have.
Look at one thing. If you look at the perch at home, the behavior, you're gonna see that they are schooling, they hunt, and they hunt for meters. They chase. They really chase. Not on one spot. The pike is ambushed, and is going to take the opportunity when the bait is passing by. But it's more likely going to stay in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
The perch, they can move 10, 20 meters chasing for bait fish. So you have to take this opportunity to drive your bait a little bit fast and search for them, because when they see when they see this bait moving fast, they're going to follow, and they're going to give you an indication where they are. And that's what we want. We want to find them where they are. So if you fish too slow when you search, you're going to lose time, and you are not going to be as efficient as you could be fishing fast.
You said something about the weed. Is it important?
Structures are important everywhere for every fish. This is two things. When fish are stressed, they don't feed, they stop feeding.
Yeah.
So the shelter allows them to rest and to protect themselves.
Yeah.
If somebody will try to chase you, you won't be hiding in a flat field.
No.
You will probably seek shelter in the forest much more than on a flat field.
Yeah.
And the perch and the bait fish first, they seek shelter where they can hide, not in the open water.
And that's logic.
That's the reason weed beds are very often key point for all predators, because they can hide and hunt at the same time.
Yeah.
If they go hunting in the open water, the one that chased can be chased as well, because then it's visible. So then very often they go on open water, feed heavily, and then go back to the shelter.
Okay. So perhaps this was just a situation like that for us an hour ago at this place, when they were feeding. Hope they're still here. Oh, I had a bite.
Okay. So at home, if your buddy got a bite, you cast right behind him, and then you try to steal it from him.
Yep. That's half the fun.
And yeah, that's the fun with perch fishing. You can really fish. You see, I use my rod tip eye because I want my bait to rip the grass. And if I lower my tip like this, then I'm gonna drag much more the grass than if I rip it off by really jerking my bait on the way up.
Yeah. I'm going to, you fish on, I'm going to check out some questions. We can't forget the audience. And absolutely great that you're watching, guys. You know that you're quite popular in Sweden. There's a lot of fishermen that know about you, and I think you've been in Sweden many times now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every year for the last 7 years.
Yes.
And many times a year. And I love it.
There's a question here that says, is there any depth that you avoid? How deep do you fish for perch?
The deepest perch I took, to be clear, is not an advice to go deep. But I was experimenting different things, and I like also to discover and to see the limit.
Yeah.
The deepest perch I took was 38 meters deep. Yeah. The deepest under was 43, and the same lake. And feeding actively, which was kind of a surprise, because at that depth you probably get very low oxygen and and the food is not really there. I mean, it's poor biotop, but so deep. But they were there.
Yeah.
So I think, like everybody, I like to fish shallow because you might see the fish coming up and everything, and that's the fun. So every time I can fish shallow, that's where I go. But sometimes in the winter, the fish will go down deeper. Then you have to follow them if you want to fish.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other solution.
Yeah. These perch that we are fishing at right now, they're feeding on other fish, but some of the lakes in Sweden, I think as well in France, has crayfish.
Yeah.
And they're getting quite big. Is it something that do you target crayfish perch?
Yeah, it's you have to really be careful about the habit of the fish.
Yep.
In some lake, crayfish, it's you found them by tons on the bottom.
Yep.
It's easy meal,
It's
really
an
easy meal for the fish because it's lay on the bottom. It doesn't swim so fast. Of course, it can hide quite easily on the bottom, but at the same time, it's easy to target. So you have to pay attention to the season, because the crayfish, there's a season for that. Very often they are vulnerable when they change
The shells.
the shells. So the fish tend to target them at that stage. And that's very much a summer thing. So at that point, the crayfish goes out a lot from their tunnels, the small holes they dig in the ground, much more than in the winter time. In the winter time, the crayfish are kind of stay inside the holes and don't move so much.
No, that's right.
So you have to be careful saying, yeah, that's a crayfish lake, but there's also crayfish moment. And if you fish out of those moments with the crowfish, you might miss the action.
Yeah.
And also, even during the summer, I've been experiencing many times that they quit the crayfish and they go feeding on shad.
Yeah.
So a crankbait will do the trick.
Yes.
Also, very easily.
I think you're right. I'm not exclusively eating crayfish, but yeah. We have another question from Alfred Andersson. He's asking, what's the biggest perch you've ever caught?
I'm stuck with 54 many times.
Centimeters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't weigh the fish.
That's a big fish. That's a really big fish.
And one of my best day was 3 times 54 in the same day. But I'm stuck with this mark, 54.
Can you say in Sweden or no? Did you catch them in Sweden or?
No,
No.
That was a different place in France.
Okay.
One lake called La Cano, another lake called Biscarrosse. That's a really west coast of France. That's, if I recommend place, that's the place to recommend in France. And then after another lake, really southeast, that nobody knows about, but it's a small mountain lake.
Secret lake?
No, not really secret, but kind of hard. There's only one ramp, and yeah, it's for local guys, difficult to travel to. But La Cano and Biscarrosse are more interesting because they are big. It's a good holidays destination. Yep. So yeah, that's name.
You changed your tactics or your gear. What are you doing now?
I've been trying a small bait first. See if I could get at least an indication on some followers. Yeah. And now I'm changing. So I was using a small, tiny grubby shad.
You can show them then.
And now I'm using the G-bump. Really, I love this bait because it's a lot of tail vibration. and I rig it on a 12 grams G slide. Why I'm using this this type of head, hold on, because it's a darting head, not a round head. So I get a little bit of extra movement, and when I want to cut the weed, it's going to help me to launch my bait.
Because
really.
of the shape of the
Because
head.
of the shape. The shape is more hydrodynamic than a round head, a regular round head. Round head will do the trick, but in the grass, I really found an advantage of getting this pier movement.
Sometimes it's the details that makes the
with the
difference. Yeah.
You know, you have to adjust all the time by counting how efficient you are. If 50% of your cast drag grass, you get something wrong. So don't use a jig head, maybe go to a Texas hook, a Texas rig.
Yeah.
Or adjust the size of a jig head, so maybe you get only 20% of your casts that are wasted.
Yeah.
But if every second cast is wasted by grass or anything, you fish 2 times less than your buddy that get 100% of his cast without grass. So you get 2 times less fish than he potentially can have.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't forget the mathematics. Sometimes you need to.
Now it's interesting because sometimes we're a bit lazy. But you do a lot of competition angling.
Yeah, that's thing you learn. That's thing you learn in competition. You know, it's at the end of the day, a normal angler will think that, okay, activity was not there. I can do nothing about that. But on a competition day, you will always see somebody that is in front of you and then manage to get the right detail to get more fish than you. So then at the end of the day,
oh, it's a perch. It's a good perch. It's a good perch.
See.
Oh, this is fun,
Yeah.
Frederic. This is great. I am doing the flip,
Yeah.
and as we said, we have to make a special greeting to Mr. Erik Wallman in Norway.
Yeah.
Se på den fisken, Erik. Bara se på den. Go and get granddad. Well, great.
Good.
Oh, this is wonderful. And that fish was quite near the weed.
Yeah. That's what we have to find out. They get shelter or they come out. We have been fishing a little bit out, and maybe the trick is to go and cast a little bit closer.
Yep. We had a lot of followers also when we fished here an hour ago.
Yeah.
They were, and they could take 2 or 3 times in a cast if we didn't hook the fish. Well, my problem, I can't get too eager. I have to get the questions from the audience too. But it's hard not to fish. Oh, you had one.
Nah, missed it.
We have some weed here also. I think it looks really nice. There's some blood on my fingers too. Well, they're wishing us good fishing, and they want a 50 centimeter plus.
And you see, we fish in the weed.
Yep.
And because of the animation of the bait, it's very seldom that we get weed. So it's still okay to fish with a jig head.
Yep.
It's also because of the type of weed we have here, that it's a little bit scattered, and so it's only patch of weeds around. It's not a big weed bed. So we can go through, and having this really aggressive animation. I'm not dragging my bait through it. I'm just punching it.
Yeah.
You know, I exaggerate a little bit, but that's it, you know. And then you cut the grass all the time, and then you wait and drop it again, because you're gonna trigger the attention by cutting the grass, and then drop your bait down, and they will follow it and then grab it.
I'm just gonna check. We have approximately 2 meters here, and by the weed, I think 1 meter perhaps.
Same, approximately the same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah, it's when the shoreline is really clean, you wait quite long before you get to the bottom.
Yeah.
And we fish quite heavy.
Okay, there's so many questions.
I try to be short.
Andreas Bergström is asking, well, he says this is going to be fun, the show, and I agree. And he has a question that says, how would you compare the perch fishing in Sweden compared to the fishing in, say, France or Germany, or you've been everywhere?
I don't know if we can compare, because it's really different biotopes that you have. And so you have also perch that don't behave in the same way, in the exact same way. They adjust to the biotope you have.
Yeah, okay.
Here, let's say 6 months a year, you might have ice, or at least 4 months.
Yeah.
You might have ice, very cold water, and then very poor feeding during the winter time, because every time they're gonna eat, it's going to take days before they digest. So that's one of the things that is really different, is that the period of activity is shorter than everywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
So I really believe, and that's the reason I love it, that the activity, when it's on for a longer time. Yeah. So the activity is much more stable in your country than other countries in Europe.
And that's interesting,
because
yes.
In other country, when it's cold, they just have to wait 2 days and then it's hot again.
Okay.
You know, here when it starts to get cold, it's going to be cold.
Yes,
so
yes,
we're going to feed 2 times more. And that's a very big difference, indeed.
Okay.
You know, it's,
so is the conclusion that you can catch more perch in Sweden than when they're feeding?
Yeah.
It's easier, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe not easier, you still have to work it out, because there are some tricks, and it's not that easy. Still fishing, and they have their own mood, so you have to crack the code. But
okay, fish on.
Yeah.
Great. Now you can say the same thing as I said. Oh, to Eric. I almost cracked the rod.
Okay. On a small wheeze.
And that you, on the, yes. Yep.
Small perch.
A beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful little perch. They're gonna get bigger. I hope I don't jinx it now, but. Well, let's go on. They want to know, or they're asking where we are, but we won't tell you, but we're in the archipelago. We're in the Baltic, so it's not, it's brackish water. And another fish? No.
That's grass.
That's grass.
So sometimes you still get stuck.
This is interesting. Johan Klagsmark is asking, it's a strategy question. When do you choose ordinary jig or on the other side, Texas or Carolina rigs?
Texas or Carolina, it's always more difficult to set a hook.
Yeah.
So if I can avoid it, I avoid it. Yes. Because the hooking ratio is going to be poor compared to a normal jig head. So it's the biotope or the spots that's choose for me. I don't want to fish one method or the other. I want to catch a fish, and I want to catch most of the fish. So I stick to the jig head as long as I can, and when I drag too much grass, then I will change. I'm fishing jig head here in the middle of the grass, and it's only 1 or 2 casts. I've been dragging grass, so I'm fine. I don't need to change. Of course, if I want to go slower inside the grass, I cannot fish with a jig.
No.
So if the activity is very slow and I cannot get this aggressive bite, I will change immediately also to a Texas rig.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Carolina or whatever.
That's interesting because sometimes there's different methods get popular and it's almost like fashion. So you have to go with the Texas rig or the Carolina or I like it. Use the method that suits the conditions.
Yeah, the only advice I can tell everybody, learn as many techniques as you can.
Yeah.
But learn them, not just use them because it's written in a book or because it's a fashion and everybody speaks about it. It's, I think the first time we met 6 or 7 years ago, we already fished drop shot and we were talking finesse fishing.
Yes. Yes.
And all the technique, 7 years ago, I was already fishing with them.
Yeah. You were the first guy who mentioned that term, finesse fishing. I don't think anyone knew what it was until, I didn't know what it was until I met you. And you're quite famous for the finesse fishing.
But I must never forget that somebody told me about and learned me about it. You know, it's also you must be grateful to the people that teach you things.
Perchy, perchy, come on.
Yeah.
They're here, I know they're here. Okay, let's have another question. There's my... That was about Carolina and Texan. So, we have Martin asking your opinion on colors. How important are the colors on lures? And if you could mention a few of your favorite colors. The holy grail of fishing.
Yeah, colors. Tell me about it.
Colors and favorites.
The colors, it's kind of tricky.
Yes, it is.
Because,
so you have to say the one that catches fish.
Yeah, but no, but the one that works is the one that you put on the water. Not a single color that stays in your box or bait that stays in your box is going to catch a fish.
No.
So the first thing, I can tell you, okay, I like the pink so much. I mean, it's really great. And you are not going to believe it. So maybe because you are nice with me, you're gonna buy one pink color, and then it's going to stay on the box, or you're going to use it the day you fail completely with your favorite color. But that day, the pink is not the solution. Maybe it's something else the solution. Yeah. So you're going to start searching for colors when that is not the problem. So first, buy the color that you like. That's the first thing, because you're going to use them heavily, and using them heavily, you're going to have success with them. And then after, there are some kind of rules, of course, about the colors.
Yeah.
Today, it's gray, and I tend to use a little bit brighter color on a gray day like this. Yeah. So white for me, I'm not fishing white now, but I'm going to change, by the way. Do I have one? Yeah. Yeah. White is kind of a must-have when it's start to get a little bit dark. Yep. And also I like contrast color with kind of a black back and white belly. Okay. Because then suddenly with low light, this flashing effect you have when you have a rolling action on your bait is triggering more bite. So contrast color and clear color for gray day or low light condition are fine. White is a great color, for example, at beginning of the day or end of the day. And same with chartreuse or really flashy color. Windy condition,
Yeah.
water gets stained a little bit at the end of the cove, and you're gonna like to use those type of colors. Then after you have two different colors that are important for me. It's brownish and greenish.
Yep.
And blue.
Blue.
All the blue type, blue silver. Blue silver, I tend to use them first. Fuck.
You have one. Yep.
Yeah.
It's on.
No. I tend to use them first when.
I'll steal that fish. I'll steal it from you.
Yeah, do that. When it's open water. When I get open water, if you look at the bait fish,
I had 2 strikes.
more likely you're gonna see that it's kind of bleak silver fish that lives in the open. They are kind of pelagic bait fish, and most of them are quite silver, quite flashy. If I fish near structure, docks and all these kind of things,
Yes.
it's going to be more dark, more shadow, and the natural color of the bait in those places is more greenish and brownish. So then when I use a natural color, I will make this difference and go more with blue, silver out in open water and more green to brown in undercover water, you know, when you have grass, weed beds, trees, or docks. That's the general thing.
Yep.
And then after, you're gonna have some kind of crazy color like the pink that works sometimes. But after, you have to make your own choice. If you look at my box, I get both. Here I clear the chartreuse and all the orange color because I didn't get any good reaction on that. It was more of a natural color that they wanted. But if not, 50% is sharp color, 50% natural color.
Okay. Okay. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
And one of the conclusions: fish with the bait that you believe in. Also,
Yes.
confidence is everything.
Yeah. And don't copy your neighbor. It doesn't help.
No. Carl Brånfeldt frågar, vilken krokstorlek på jiggskall? I took it in Swedish. I'm so sorry. Oh, my fault. Let's do it again.
The hook of something?
Yes, yeah, I know you know a little Swedish. Yes. What kind of the sizes on jigs and jig on the hook and the jig sizes do you recommend for different baits? Especially asking for baits around 8 centimeters.
I'm going to show you.
Yep.
It's
Yes,
and
fish
that's
on. And that's
a good pike.
That's a pike, yeah.
Not good pike, but a small pike. But are fighting good.
A perch eating pike, probably.
Okay.
What's that? Is the 4th, 5th pike we get today?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Yes, that's the problem.
But we fish with a small single hook.
Yeah.
And they are barely hooked on the side, so they're gonna get rid of it anyway. I anticipate the question, because very often people tell us, yeah, but why do you don't get protection for pike? At one point, if we get the protection, we really fish for perch. And Of course there's pike around, but that's a risk a little bit we take, that sometimes they're gonna steal our bait. So
but now you are changing. Now are you going to have the same lure?
no,
Same jig?
I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to change for small V2 Vib. We stay with the white, we stay also with dynamic head, like this.
That's I've never seen that that head before, but it's a strange one.
Those heads are really nice.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Do I have one around here or not? Yeah, I'll show you later. Anyway, we was on hooks. So
we were talking about hooks, yes.
Yeah, I'll show you the head later. So, in fact, you see here I get two different sizes of bait. What I want very often is my hook to be as far as possible on the bait. The only problem when you do this, here I get a grab tail. The grab tail action get almost no action. You get no action on the body. Here you have a tail action, but you might have a body action also. Not on this one because it's a very thin, so it's only the paddle tail is moving. But if we take here a G-bump, I want the tail, I want the body to move. Okay, so I'm pretty okay to go far out with the jig and the hook on the grab tail, for example, because I don't need the tail, this movement here. I just need the tail movement. But here, I will not choose a hook that goes out here because I will kill the action. So I'm gonna tend to have a short hook and get much more body action, and that's what interests me. So when you're gonna choose it, here it will be okay because the tail action will not be stopped, okay? But with this one, I need a shorter hook to have a greater tail action and greater body movement. If you kill it, only the tail will move, and then you will kill the rolling action and the movement.
It's all in the details.
So there's not a one rule. Just think about what you want of your lure. You know, each lure is specific, and we design them for something. So we designed this one to have a very great tail action and body movement because the tail is massive. This one, the tail is very thin. The paddle tail is on a very thin piece of body here. So you can have a longer hook. It doesn't interfere with the swimming action at all. Okay. So all the time, look at your bait and say, okay, what do I want? I want to play the hook as much as I can, but I don't want to kill the action.
Great advice. Don't kill the action.
No. So now
we have to catch a perch again. So I think I messed this up now then. It's not the same action as before.
No.
Nope. Maybe they're not feeding, or they have moved a little bit.
Moved.
You think they moved?
Yeah, they moved probably.
Just tell me if you want me to move the boat. We can make a movement if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to move around. No, but I'm going to move around slowly with.
You want to go with the electric engine? Yep.
I'm gonna go back to the
tricky perch.
Whiz. What you can do also, a small trick, if you want to avoid pike when there's some and you really want to protect your lure and keep them, you can use really tiny leaders that you made yourself with fluorocarbon. I use 0.70 minimum.
Okay.
Honestly, it's not 100% proof and it's not made to go for pike, but it will protect you maybe in 80% of the case. Yeah. It will protect you to lose your bait and you will keep it. And if the conditions are right, you will still catch great amount of perch. But I never use steel wire. I never use fishing pop perch. They are really tricky sometimes, and they really pay attention to this type of details.
Yep.
And you might have less bite if you use too rough leaders.
Yes, let's go to the next question. Let's see. People are, if I summarize some of the questions, they're quite interested in strategy. So if you come to a new water, what's the first thing you do for scouting for perch?
If you have the possibility, study the map. Today you have great application. You don't need a big fish finder or whatever. You have I use an avionics boat in Europe, for example.
On the phone.
On the phone, and then I do my homework before I go, and I ask also the help of local knowledge. You know, fishing shops, we forget them, but it's a big concentration of knowledge in the fishing shop.
Yes.
Every time.
Now this is a pike.
Up.
Up. A small pike.
Open the mouth.
Yes.
This is Gunki dental care. Open this mouth, please. Yup. Open it. Give me the tail, and thank you.
Great. Fish on. Yes, we were talking about strategy.
So
Navionics, that's a good tip.
Yeah,
like
and your fishing shop. I mean, in a fishing shop, when you go there, you know, their work is to sell bait.
Yeah.
And they are not going to have in the shop things that are not useful for the local fishermen. So all the good information for the colors that nobody wants to tell you, it's already in the shop, on the wall. So, and the funny thing is that when I was fishing in the US, I went there, and when you travel by plane, you don't take much gear sometimes. So you always need something extra when you arrive.
Yeah.
And so I started to go around the shops, and then suddenly I found Mike Connelly, I found KVD, I found all the big names of the sport, going to local shop, even some service station with local jig builders, homemade stuff, to find the exact color that they need for the lake. They were searching the empty spot on the wall, and asking, okay, what is this color missing? Why is it not on the wall? Yeah, because it's a famous one. And then you get your information. So, when you go on new waters, don't forget that this is valuable information.
Yes, local shops.
Yeah, and all the local buddy, actually, you can find them on, you can discuss with the guys on Facebook or social media. Yep. The only thing, if you don't know the people, you don't know what they are talking about, and don't know what their skills are. So it's always two sides on one coin.
Yeah. Let's say that you once again are fishing a new water. So and you have a map. What are, for perch then, what are the structures you are looking for, and what kind of areas would you fish?
Everything that is a change.
Yes, a change, yes.
When you see a shoreline like this, it's straight. And then suddenly you're going to have a small opening. So something in the ground make this opening, because there's a rocks, so there's a lack of earth or mud for the plant to grow. So that's something that change the monotony of of the shoreline. This change means that you get more insects, more crawfish, more of something, because you get this change is attracting different things all the time. The stones are going to be black and they're going to eat up with the sun, or other things. It's you never know what is going, why you have the change.
Okay.
So look for change in the, and all those places are key point all the time. So rocky points.
Change is good.
Points also. When you fish on the shoreline, search for the points. Points again, it's what you see outside goes underneath.
Yeah.
So more likely you're gonna have big stones, drop off, dramatic drop off, shoulders under the water. And the first thing you see, it's the shoreline. You don't see here if you get rocks on the bottom. So the shoreline is your best friend also when you start on new waters. Don't go and try to do the big name in the middle of the water, you don't know it.
No.
So do the shoreline.
Yes, do the shoreline. Okay, if you were fishing in what do you call it, in streams or in big rivers, is there a difference in tactics? What do you look for in a good river for perch fishing?
River more easy.
Yeah. Fish on! Great! Oh, did it go into the weed? Or?
Oh, pike.
Oh, it's a pike again. Oh, this is a pretty good pike or a small pike in the weed.
It's a good, decent pike.
I think. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, fighting on small.
We have to rename this show for pike fishing.
You, come on.
Yep.
Come to see daddy, baby. Come to see daddy.
Oh, it's a nice fish. And probably your leader, fluorocarbon, saved the jig this time, don't you think?
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Do you need a multiple? You got one.
Yeah, but you.
Come to daddy. When there's a lot of pike, as we have experienced, and does it make the perch fishing less interesting, or?
No.
No. Oh, it's a nice fish.
Nice fish, huh?
Yeah. Lovely colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
So long for the perch fishing.
Well done. And as I said, we have to rename this show now. Now let's take some perch. Let's get some perch. And you're getting compliments for your glasses.
Thank you.
they're
wooden glasses.
Yes, environmental friendly glasses. Made in bamboo, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Italian glasses.
Yep.
And you see, it's a small leader, but it did the job this time. And that saved me from...
Yep. You didn't...
Do it again.
Yep. It did the trick.
Yeah.
We kept the jig, and the pike didn't have to have a jig in its mouth.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Henrik Strid is asking you, what do you consider a big perch? When is it big for you?
Nah, when you get, you know, the kilo perch are nice, but 700 grams is already, you know, nice.
Yes, it's a wonderful
really
fish.
Nice size.
You and I have talked about it before, and
but
sometimes it's a shame when you when you can't enjoy the small fish?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out. You know, it's everybody is about specimen. What is your biggest one, and everything. If you spend your day chasing for one fish, that is the 2 kilo fish, and you get 0 bite, how much things are you going to learn, except that you doubt so much that you are not going to be confident in what you do. I really rather go for 100 perch of normal size, or even small size, and get to learn how much they behave, how much they, they can be really tricky in getting the bite, and then you increasing the number of bite you get, and then finally improve my skills. Fuck. Finally improve my skills, you know, in getting more and more perch, and then after increasing in the size when I choose it. But I think it's wrong to send the people chasing for big ones when you can have so much fun in hammering them in numbers and learning so much by using different techniques. I mean, you can use Carolina, drop shot, Texas, jigged. If you catch no fish, how can you tell that you have improved at the end of the day?
No. No, that's interesting. The last sentence. How can you say that you have improved? Yeah. Oh, pop, pop, pop. That's.
They are there.
They are there, but they're very tricky.
Yeah, but we're gonna.
You sure you don't want to change places? Just say the name. I'll start.
No, but we have been hammering one side.
Yeah.
And we're gonna. We're gonna do the other side.
And today has shown that only a few meters can be the difference between failure and success. No fish, 10 fish. No fish, 10 fish.
Yeah. They move in groups.
Yeah.
So once you start to found them a little, then you insist, slow down, and then start to move again when you get no bite.
Yep.
But with so many questions, I forgot to move.
There's a new one. You get to do some commercials here too. You're getting a question if you can tell anything about exciting new products.
Exciting new what? Exciting new pikes?
It's a new pike.
Oh, give me a break.
New exciting products that's coming up. That's gonna hit the market. What are you doing, Illex and Gunki? Or you're mainly a Gunki guy?
I do both.
You do both?
I do both. But
so what are you going to hit the market with next year?
We get plenty of new things.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you later on. We're going to make a small review. I get some Illex. This one is bleeding. We put it back immediately. We're going to have, with Gunki, we're going to have a lot of exciting things for perch.
Yep.
But not only perch, also pike. We have a lot of articulated head that are coming. You're going to remove them, you're going to place them on screw, on Texas or offset hooks. Really versatile stuff.
Yeah.
We have also heavy duty hooks on short shank with jig heads to fish pike vertical, for example, with a short shank.
Yep.
To really keep the action that we were talking about, how to choose a hook.
Yeah.
It's on the same weight. Sometimes you're going to kill the action, so you're going to have short shank hooks on jig heads. We have a special one. It's the Texas jig head as well, but specially designed for vertical fishing. So you're gonna be able to really go deep above the trees, deep down in the dirt, without getting snagged into it.
Okay, efficient fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all kind of new stuff like this. And the jungle bait, it's a bait really specially designed for Texas rigging. So it's more round shape body and a really heavy, massive tail for heavy rolling action.
Okay.
That's yeah, that's some other thing I can think about. But we have new reels, new rods. Yeah, plenty of
stuff.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend developing and making equipment?
Development is an everyday task.
Ongoing.
I mean,
yeah.
You don't stop developing. I just don't do everything alone, and I'm not a chief product. I'm the one that go fishing and bring back the idea at home. So we work as a team, and as a team we discuss all the time. Okay, what's next, and we think 2 years ahead. So what I can discuss with some fishermen now is going to be...
Sorry, I'm laughing. Eric Pike-Wallace is asking if we've caught anything.
Yeah, while he was sleeping.
Yes,
probably.
Exactly.
Stop sleeping.
Stop sleeping, wake up. Yes, we've caught a lot of pikes and a couple of perches.
Yeah, and when he really wake up after the light Norwegian coffee, he can replay the show. So you will witness.
It's on camera. Patrik Johansson is asking, when can we see a Gunki tournament in Sweden?
There are some street fishing events that we, not we organize, but we sponsor some local organization. And but so far it's more easy for me to organize things next to France.
Yeah.
And then I get it's a little bit more easy to control how it's going. And you know why I don't like snaps? You know, I get not so much a big one, but the teeth damage it, and then after, if you don't look carefully, very often you're gonna open it and you're gonna wonder why you lose your bait and your fish. Yeah. So be always careful and check it.
Yeah. Oh, we have some. I don't know if you can see it. If we have some very nice weed here.
So you see here we're gonna stop.
Yep.
As I told you before, maybe the camera can show it. Here there's kind of something going on. The shoreline is not straight, and so that might be one point that we talk about where we could find fish.
Yeah.
I'm going to
There's
change.
a discrepancy. The shoreline is changed.
Yeah,
probably it's rocks. Don't you think?
There's also something is not usual here. And let's see if we can hold fish. We didn't get any luck when we stopped earlier.
No, this time Eric can't mock us. And that's the God's honest truth. And he's at Mjösa fishing and have had one at 980 grams, he says. I think he's lying. I think he's lying. Next question. That one we have already taken. has one. Do you ever use rigs like Neko, Jika or Wacky or these American things?
Yes.
Yep.
It's really useful, but you don't use it everywhere in every situation.
No.
For me, the Wacky rig for perch or Neko rig, it's something I'm going to use when I get a little bit of depth and vertical structure.
Yep.
So I want my bait to go slowly down in those structures.
Can I use this one?
Yeah.
Yep. I lost the tail on... You got a fish?
No.
I lost the tail on my... I had a bite and the tail was gone. That happens.
Let's fish outside.
Yep.
So now I'm fishing a little bit lighter with 7 grams.
Yep.
A straight jig head, always dynamic head for the moment. We didn't adjust to Texas rig.
So, going to have a few new questions. I'm just going to tie the jig. Okay. Daniel asks, have you ever tried fishing for perch in the north of Sweden? Have you been up north?
I've been up north. I've been in Finland as well.
Ah, Finland, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And what did you think about the north of Sweden?
Yeah,
It's quite different compared to France.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. Anyway,
Yes, it is.
I love, you know, when you travel and pretty much I'm going to meet some of the really skilled angler in every country.
Yeah.
It's always fun to discover new waters, and the only thing that I'm missing is more time to fish with them.
How many days a year do you fish? What do you think?
I try to keep up 100 days on the water.
Okay, 100.
Every year.
That's what I meant when you are fishing the jig much more aggressive than I'm used to, and then I've seen that it makes results.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't really speed up. I'm going to use the jig, and I'm not pulling all the time my reel. I don't know if you see it. Yeah.
Fish on!
Yeah.
Fish on! And this time,
Perchy.
it's a perch!
Perchy, perchy.
Great! A nice colored Baltic perch.
Yeah.
Look at it. Se på den fisken.
Yeah. And so for these techniques, I'm using a slide jig head from Gunki, or here the Illex straight jig head. And I'm going to use finesse type bait, or like the kiddie in our range, or V2 Vib, so really small paddle tail. Okay. Because then I don't have a big drag on my bait, and I can have this darting action that I want. And fishing fast like this doesn't mean reeling all the time. No. I make pause. I make pause.
Do a fish up.
And
they were hunting hard.
Yeah. And when I make pause, in fact, I allowed my bait to dart.
Yep, fish on. From hero to zero. No, from the other way around.
Okay. Perch are fast-moving fish. If you don't take the opportunity when you see a small chase, something.
I have to make it.
And when you have this small bait, it's so nice to walk them fast like this above the grass. You don't get stuck. And you see the difference?
Yeah, no.
I was working quite hard already,
Yeah.
but not really fast above the grass. And it seems like this action bring me a few fish.
Yes.
It's not the quality fish that we want, the big one, but still fun, you know, you catch them. And that's what I told about adjusting all the time. Don't fish like a robot.
No. Oh. I had a bite. There's a fish here.
Pretty much is a walking the dog action under the water.
Yeah.
You pook, 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 but you need to have a slack line. If you don't have a slack line, you just pull your bait,
Yeah.
and don't allow them to swim, really, right and left.
You're getting a question about I don't know it. It's a gunky lure, the kaiju blade. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
Kaiju. What's the best way to fish with vibration baits like the gunky kaiju blade? We haven't used them today.
No.
No.
We could use them in those weeds. We will fish cranking them.
Yep.
And keep the rope tip high, and I get some here I can show.
Yeah.
And then we will just rip them through the grass.
Okay.
Pretty much the same way as we work on with a soft bait. Just that you don't have this darting action, so don't need to twitch it. You just need to rip it. So when you get stuck in the grass, a big pull and get out of the grass.
Okay.
And then after, in open water, you let them sink at the depth you want, and you crank them slowly, and then sometimes up and down, up and down, up and down. So you control the speed. Increase, slow down, increase, slow down.
And often the take comes when you slow down and.
They're going to follow on the way up,
Yeah.
and they're going to take the opportunity that the bait is slowing down to grab it.
Yeah.
They are not going to waste energy trying to eat it when it's full speed. They're going to wait the moment that the speed is going down.
Yep. We have a question here called that says, do you use well the jerk bait method or the jerk baits for perch, anything?
Yeah, but it's kind of a I don't call them jerk bait. It's for me jerk minnow.
No.
So it's going to be. Do I have something here or not? No, I didn't take them today. I took the blade. Yeah.
Lots of them.
Many of them.
Yep.
I took a small crankbait, diving cherry,
Yeah.
that I love, this size, it's perfect. And I took some vibration bait as well that we can use. Or like the jigger, if you get a little bit of deep water, that's also something you can cast miles away against the wind, and that will do the job because the blade is always flashing.
Okay.
And that attracts the perch. So basically you see that's a kind of selection of bait. This is a slim lipless, but it's the same as lipless, that I really trust. And the minnow, jerking minnow, works also great.
Okay.
But I didn't take any with me, I think. Maybe in this box, if you can give me this box. Yeah.
That one?
No, the two smalls.
Yep.
Let me see what we have here. Crankbait, crankbait, crankbait. So you see, I don't lie to you. When I say that I don't use so much the minnow, I have one jerking minnow, which is a motra, is a long lip.
Yep.
Then because it goes down, I take fairly small bait. I don't use so much big bait for that. You can go with big bait on perch, but you probably miss most of the action.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the lucky punch of this very aggressive perch, but you are not going to get numbers. What I rely a lot is this type of crankbait, Gigant 2.5 meters, 1.5.
And you retrieve them quite fast, or?
Yeah, you retrieve them, steady retrieve for the crankbait is the best, and sometimes
No jerking, no,
some
steady.
small stop and then they rise again. And you see, when you see my box, when you see the box of somebody, you see also what they fish with.
Yeah.
Lipless, 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 lipless. On the other side.
Also in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yep.
And on the other side, I get crankbait, Gigant, and crankbait. And again, one jerkbait, small jerkbait. So you see, then you see approximately how much crankbait I fish and how much jerkbait I fish. It's basic.
Yeah.
I get them. It's not the one I will use most.
Okay. Yes, we're getting questions about the equipment also, and your thoughts about rods, length, and their action and everything, just for perch fishing.
Again, it's nothing about perch fishing. It's always a rod for the technique you use.
Okay, yeah.
You fish for pike with small lures. You're going to need to work your bait in the same way.
Yep.
Okay, so here we fish for perch, tomorrow we fish for bass with the same lure or for any other kind. So when I fish with a Texas hook, the hook is hidden in the bait.
Yep.
So I need a little bit more power to set the hook on my fish. So I'm going to choose more H action or medium heavy, heavy or heavy. Mm-hmm. But if I choose a heavy, I will not choose the extra fast heavy, because then I will rip off from the perch.
Yeah.
I will tend to get a more moderate action on this type of rod.
Yep.
We're gonna go one last point here, and then we change location.
Yep.
Shortly. So for Texas, use 2.10 action, medium heavy is fine, and normally it's plenty enough power to set the hook.
Yep. And what about the length of the rods?
210.
210. Okay.
210 is fine.
210.
And after, of course, you can fish 21 grams in 4 meters. Then you need a little bit more heavy action.
Yep.
But if you fish with only 12 grams or 7 grams,
yep.
You can.
Oh! Pikey! Pikey!
This is a pike moment.
We're invaded by pikes. Well, such things happens.
Fish Texas.
Yeah.
I rig some Texas hook. You can.
I can use this one. Or no, that's not a Texas.
Oh no, but you can change the rod if you want.
Yeah. I'll just use one of these. It's okay. That's a smaller. I like them.
Fish on.
Fish on. Great. The perch is back. That's a perch, isn't it? Or is it another one of those? No, this is a nice perch. I've already decided. Great, great.
Yo.
Ooh, that's a nice fish.
Give me your lip.
Look at those colors.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Almost yellow on the back, on the lower side. Orange fins. Perhaps the most beautiful fish we have.
Oh, they're nice.
So
and you have different
back.
colors.
They're back.
Yeah.
They're back.
Fish a point. Yeah.
Yeah. This was the point where we started to get fish. Yep. Yep. It's a pike again. Awful. It's a pike. It was a pike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix. I will fix. That's too bad, but that's the way it was. Oh, that's a nice one. We'll have something, a question in between.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of more questions. People want you to make a street fishing competition, so you have to do that. You're organizing a big one in Holland, in the Netherlands.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. The Gunki Iron Tournament.
That's some heavy shit.
24 hours non-stop fishing.
Yes, I know.
And there's some Swedish guys that are coming from the first year.
Okay.
And this year I think we get two or three teams from Sweden. So no, it's really fun competition.
You must do
It's
it
a
in
competition,
Sweden.
but it's also an experience. I mean, fishing 24 hours is not like just not sleeping one night. It's 24 hours, something like 30 kilometers of walking. Some of the guys have been walking 45 kilometers in 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's insane. And sometimes when it's raining, when there's wind, when it's cold in the nights, it's really they sleep in the street. Yeah, it's really good.
And the rules are you can go by foot, by train, by skateboard, by bike?
Only by foot.
Only by foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you cannot take any public transport for the moment.
Okay, okay.
So
I think they're here now. Show yourself. Show yourself.
show me,
Perch.
show me where they are.
Yep. No, I must control myself. Just want to fish. Can you recommend any places in Germany for perch fishing?
Germany, I've been fishing a few places. I've been fishing in Eichersee.
Okay.
It's a small lake near on the Rhine River.
Are we on?
Yeah,
We are on. It's getting better and better. Oh, it's a nice fish.
Ah, nice.
Oh,
Yoo-hoo.
so beautiful. Germany.
Eichersee, and the other one was fishing off for the Bodensee.
Yeah.
And for perch as well. It's not only for pike.
Nope. The famous Rügen area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
It's underestimated both for perch and for sander actually.
Yeah.
People go there just for pike fishing, but sea trout, perch and sander, they get some really huge sanders and some really huge perch every year. 2 kilo perches. Well, that's Germany. What's your favorite kind of choice? Is it, I always mix them up, a bait caster or a... if you only
for me,
one
that's
equipment
spinning
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's spinning rod.
Spinning rod, yeah.
And I will rather use bait casting.
Okay.
Because it's more accurate, So I use spinning because I get lightweight, and here we are fishing the water.
Yep.
But with 7 grams, I could as well use bait casting, and I will have a better control on my bait, because you control. It's a bait that pulling the line out, and so. Whoa, that was a nice one. Whoa. So one thing, I lost a fish. Don't pull out too much your bait, because if there's perch, there's more behind, and it might be interesting because some of their body just lost the meal.
Yep.
So they're going to chase for the meal, and you have one possibility of getting them interested.
And I've noticed we're on the edge of the grass and on the weed, so this is quite interesting. Come on now. Come on.
That was a bite.
Yep, I saw. Yep. Oh no, weed.
But
now
we're gonna.
Are they on?
No, but we're gonna change the game. We fish small fish, small bait for a while, and I don't get the bite I want, and we forget to keep searching.
Yep.
You know, we keep on for a while, because we get some bites now and then. We keep on with small bait, but if they activate on something else, we might miss the action. So when you are 2 on the boat with your buddy, think about not copying your buddy all the time.
No.
Because he's getting a few fish.
Yep.
Try from time to time to keep up searching next to him, because you might discover the really tiny details that is going to have you're going to have more bite with it.
Yep. I like that. That's a really good thing. Okay. It's really nice that you keep the questions coming. You've done a great job. Will you go to the Sun City Predator show tomorrow? No, you won't?
I have some technical issue with my car.
Yep.
So I won't be at the Predator show. I will skip this one.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not happy to miss it, because it's going to be a great show. Yes. And I would love to be there. But unfortunately, I burned the clutch of my on my car, and I need to fix it. Yep. Because I'm going to need the boat for the World Championship. The national team of Germany is using my boat. Is using the boat I bring up to Sweden, so everything is stuck at the garage at the moment.
Yeah, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, but you know, this happens when you have a gypsy life on the road.
Yep. What about spinnerbaits? We have a question about spinnerbaits.
Spinnerbait is
classic in Sweden.
Yeah, spinnerbait and crankbait. It's something. You know, you didn't see the spinnerbait, but it's really something. With crankbait, that's the 2 bait that catch fish all the time, everywhere.
Yep.
It's searching bait, goes in the weed, goes deep, goes shallow. You don't need to change it.
Nope.
It's just...
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
That's a nice
one. It's a really
one.
Big perch.
Yeah. That's a nice one.
I think.
Could be.
I just thought, when we fished here before, I noticed that you sometimes did a couple of casts.
You have to cast outside because there's grass anyway. So
no, this is a perch. It can't be no, it's a perch. It's a good perch. I love it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really nice fish. I'm not really comfortable doing that flip that you do. I don't know, but I have to learn it. Oh,
So you see,
it's a nice fish.
increase the size a little,
Yep.
you have a 10 centimeters, and you get a
And you
pike.
get a pike.
I'm the pike man today.
But we love pike. It's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not a pike, that's a sausage.
Yeah, caviar tube, as we say in Sweden.
Yeah.
Have you eaten that, Kalles caviar?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the size of a caviar tube. So they have moved out a little bit in the grass. At least one head and a pike. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
fish on!
That's a nice perch.
And a nice perch. This is great. Ooh, and the flip comes.
Yopla.
So they're feeding. Now they're feeding again.
Look at this back. Nice fat back. And good condition.
Lovely fish.
And this one on the V2V, you know, we increase a little bit the size,
Yep.
and immediately we get bite again. So don't feel confident just because you catch a few fish on one type of bait. Keep,
One step ahead.
yeah, and keep your mind open. And sometimes, okay, there's been a few minutes we didn't get bite. Okay, keep changing. It's because you are not on the really hot bait. Must be something else.
It would be really nice to, if we could get one of those really big ones we had earlier.
We will.
Really nice fish. But we got them on camera, so I will post them on FishEco later on.
When you see me setting the hook like this, it's not because I have a fish, it's because I'm in the grass and I need to get rid of the grass.
Yep.
So I really need to pull my bait out to get rid of the grass. If you are too gentle and you don't do this really fast movement, then you're gonna get the grass all the time on your line.
Yep.
And then you don't fish.
So what kind of rods are you using today?
I'm using the Uri and Gunki Iron series. I love the Uri because they're really affordable for the fishermen. So then you can choose different rods, and maybe you can afford 1 or 2 rods instead of 1, and then get really the action you need for the technique you need. That's very important. It's 2-piece rod, but there's nothing wrong with a 2-piece rod. Doesn't kill the action, doesn't kill the sensitivity. And it's really convenient to travel with for your car or whatever.
Okay.
And the Iron T series is a little bit more high-end product. So you have a Fuji guide. It's a K-frame Fuji guide. So really long cast guide. And of course a little bit lighter blank than the Uri.
Actually, Fred,
Yeah,
the time is out.
okay. Well, that was fun.
It was really, really fast.
Yeah.
It was really fast. And I've been enjoying this, and I'm quite sure that the audience has too. And we have been given a great lesson in the art of fishing for perch. So any last advice to the keen sport fishermen, anglers out there?
You know, keep the fun part in fishing and enjoy it with your buddy. And yeah, that's what I wish to every guys. Don't get too serious in fishing. No. Just keep the fun. And that's the reason I also like numbers. You know, it's because it's funny to fish and to share. Very often, specimen hunters are gonna develop their skills on specific grounds, specific waters, and they really belong to those waters, and they kind of own it. And it's maybe a little bit of shame sometimes that we cannot share this type of skill. To a certain point, it takes so many years to understand the water and to understand those very old fish. And on the opposite, when you fish the main population, the one that is really in numbers, it's something you can share much more. And so, yeah, go for these numbers of perch and have fun, share it with your guys around, your friends, and yeah, that's all I wish for you guys.
Wonderful.
And thanks for inviting me, because it was a really great pleasure.
Yes, and the same to you. So, this was everything from this live fishing show today. Keep your eyes on fisheco.se when we will announce another live show very soon, and then yet another one. So, thank you very much for watching this and asking all these excellent questions. We'll be back soon, and once again, thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye! Oj, kolla, den kör som fan.
Alldeles för lite erfarenheter av spinnfiske efter röding.
Där hade vi en chans.
Men jag tror att det här är effektivare faktiskt.
Ja.
Men det kan vara otroligt svårt också.
Han är där, vi har upp du. Ja då. Jag tror han hängde på. Ja, där vek han av igen på 11 meter. Det är helt fantastiskt. De kan ju ta precis vid båten.
Där nere är 22 också.
Ja, där har vi en. På den.
Ja, vi fick ju i somras två som högg precis vid båten. Ja. Så att de följer med där nerifrån och hugger i båten.
Titta. Var är din rigg?
Ja, jag är där uppe.
Var är jag då?
Ja, det vet jag inte. Du är på väg upp där nu. Vi möter varandra nu.
Jag tror jag har ju en fisk på här.
Jag fortsätter neråt. Ta den där då.
Nej, jag klev av där.
Ja, precis. Men nu är det lite spännande tycker jag. För att alltså så här mycket aktivitet har vi inte haft på 5-7 timmar.
Ja, det var nog helt rätt att satsa på kvällsfisket faktiskt.
Ja, precis.
Riktigt tidig morgon och sista ljuset. Det är inte fel på rödingen. Och däremellan får man fisk bra dagar, absolut. Men får jag välja så. Och den är kvar där nere. Nej, nu får jag ta så jag inte får skit för att jag fiskar. Man kan ju inte låta bli, det är ju så roligt. Det är det roligaste som finns, det är att fiska.
Ja, det är det faktiskt. Här kommer det nog eko igen.
Ja, titta.
2 ekon kanske.
Vi har varit inne lite grann på det, men det är bra. Bottenstruktur, vad ska man leta efter när man fiskar efter röding?
Vad sa du nu?
Vad ska man leta efter? Vilka bottenstrukturer?
Jag tror det är bra med lite kuperat. Men alltså, det kan nog vara lite olika det där också.
Ja.
Platåer med anslutning till stora djup. Och
det vi pratade om tidigare. Jag vet inte, när man får dem på botten. Fast det är fel. Jag har fått för mig att de gillar hårda bottnar, precis som gösen. Ja. Men å andra sidan så är ju väl nästan hela Vättern bara en stor sten. De har bara hårda bottnar.
Ja, eller lera kan jag tänka mig.
Ja, lera också säkert.
Jag tror det. Eller jag är nästan säker på det faktiskt.
Ja.